Welcome to soulspaceradio. All rights reserved. No part of this broadcast may be reproduced or transmitted in any form or by any electronic or mechanical means without the presenter's written permission. The presenters do not dispense medical advice or prescribe the use of any technique as a form of treatment for physical, emotional, or medical problems. The intent of the presenters is to only offer information of a general nature to help you in your quest for emotional and spiritual well-being.
Hi guys, welcome to Soul Space Radio, continuing on with the planets, meditating on the planets. Today we're going to do the sun, and it should be an amazing experience. Just remember, this is free flow, free form meditation. So in other words, whatever needs to come through, it's divinely inspired, will come through to you. Just getting myself comfortable in my meditation position. You don't have to have a meditation position. There's no rules here. Just be comfortable. So first of all, I just want to talk about some information that I got from the NASA site. And I'm finding this really fascinating. Okay, so I'm merging all this stuff. So this is from www.solarsystem.nasa.gov, the NASA Solar System Exploration site. It's got some amazing stuff about the solar system. If the sun, so the sun is massive. It's the biggest, if you want to call it a planet, it's not, I think it's not, it's a star. But it's absolutely massive. In fact, the sun, so if we quite put it this way, if the sun was as tall as a typical door, Earth would be about the size of a nickel, which it would be a 5-cent piece, I'd imagine, in Australia. Okay, at the centre, it's the centre of our solar system and makes up 99.8% of the mass of the entire solar system. Good gosh, I didn't know that. Okay, at the equator, the sun spins once about every 25 days. But at its poles, the sun rotates once on its axis every 35 Earth days. Okay. As a star, the sun is a ball of gas. It's 92.1% hydrogen and 7.8% helium. It's held together by its own gravity. It does not have any rings. And its understudy, many spacecraft are constantly observing the sun, because obviously our weather and the space weather is very dependent on sun and solar flares and things like that. I think we're all aware of that. The sun provides basically supports Earth's life because of the intense energy. Okay, and the sun's core is about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, which is 15 million degrees Celsius. Goodness me, it wouldn't take much to cook a chicken up there. Okay, so get yourself comfortable. See yourself surrounded in brilliant divine love light. Just let everything else drop away. All furniture, all the things around you, the things within you, let them drop away. Your worries and concerns. Brilliant. And breathe in this divine love light. One breath. See yourselves radiating in divine love light and out. Breathe out through your heart and in two. Breathe in divine love light, radiating through every one of your cells and out through your heart and in. Divine love light radiating through every cell in your body, and let it dissipate out through your cells. And see a pool of brilliant divine love light at your base chakra, and see it evolve into a pole of brilliant white light from your base chakra up your spine, out through your crown into the middle of the cosmos, and follow this with your consciousness. And when you reach the middle of the cosmos, change your perception of space from deep space to divine love light all around you, and just see this light radiating through every cell in your body. And look down and notice your cells dissipating into the light. And then see a dimmer switch in front of you and turn it up brighter, 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 brighter. And just see yourself become one with the light, become one with all it is, become one with the divine love. And then move out into our solar system. towards the sun. You have nothing to fear. You'll be completely protected. And land on the sun. Just know that you're completely protected. You know that the sun's a light burning, but nothing's going to hurt you. You're completely protected by divine love. And feel your consciousness with divine love surrounding you. Move into the planet. So you're seated or lying back into the center of the planet. And just sit with this and become one with the sun. And just let every feeling, thought, smell, vision come to you as you merge with the sun. As you become one with the sun. Just sit in this space for a while. And then you can see the sun evolve as a human form and watch this human form come close to you and sit down. And just let this human form communicate with you whatever needs to be said intuitively, and you'll give and communicate back whatever needs to be said intuitively. And when you're ready, see this form, see the form of the sun in front of you. Give you a gift. And if you need to seek clarity on what this gift is, just ask. And when you're ready, see a brilliant pole of bright white light leading back to the third dimension, back to where you started from, back to Earth. Hear the noises around you, clock ticking, wind howling. And you may now open your eyes. Okay, so, let's talk about what my experience was, and then hopefully you guys will share what yours was. Okay, so, well, that was really interesting, actually. So, to me, the sun felt very much like purification. And if anything, just an internal purification. Just like setting yourself alight internally. And that seemed to be the key message that I took away from that, in forms of purification, in forms of cleansing. And often I've noticed that in terms of connecting, there's a certain amount of reverse engineering that goes along with supporting your connection. And it's like it's like a burning away or a reversing of much of the social conditioning that we've received that keeps us trapped in this perception about there not being anything, there not being any God, there not being any divine, the concept of divine love, because we've created hatred and wars and pestilence and all these things. But that's because we have created those. That has nothing to do with the divine. And so, yeah, there's a certain amount of purification that has to happen before you truly are perpetually connected. And yeah, and I think what happens is that if you don't grow your connection to source, everything gets pulled away from you until you do. And that in itself is a type of purification. Even though it can be extremely traumatic when you're in it, you can look back and actually realize that that was actually very cleansing. The gift in it is usually purifying and cleansing, because when you lose everything, you really know that you have to go within. Okay, so we're talking about purification within. Okay, so in terms of what I received, this is really interesting. the gift that I got was a razor, but not like a woman's razor or a man's shaver, like an old-fashioned, like a flip razor. And the message was definitely about purification, and the purification, so that symbolizing water and heat, and how that, and then on the skin, how that actually, that friction cleanses the skin. But the message was about, more importantly, about the inside cleansing of yourself, and using hot and cold within meditation space to cleanse your body. And so, you know, if you just sit there and see yourself in flames, you can, you know, if situations have happened that you don't like, you can see those in flames. You can see bad past conditioning, not bad, but past conditioning, you know, past concepts, you can see them burning, and then adding water on to, you know, cleanse that. And the friction between the two creates this ultimate purification process. So, you know, think about that in your next meditation. That was pretty amazing. So I'm going to have to do more of that, and maybe we'll do a purification session, a cleansing session for a week here, and we'll play with those concepts of how we use heat and cool internally. So that's flames and water predominantly. And the friction of that then cleanses, much like it does on the outside of our skin. The friction between hot and cold cleanses us internally. Okay, so cool. That was pretty amazing. So again, what was your experience? What amazing things did you come up with? What profound sort of things happened to you? Comments to soulspaceradio@bigpond.com. Love you guys, and don't miss tomorrow. Tomorrow is all about the moon. The moon is a symbol of divine feminine, and just, it's going to be blissful. I just know it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.